Chosen one, listen carefully. This message is not for everyone. It is for you. If you are watching this right now, God has led you here, because the time has come. Your struggle, your sleepless nights, your prayers whispered in desperation, they have not been in vain. The wait is over. God is sending you wealth, effortless, abundant, and beyond what you could ever imagine. The chains that have bound you to financial struggle are breaking right now. The burdens that have weighed heavy on your spirit are lifting. For too long, the world has told you that you must labor endlessly just to survive, that you must work day and night just to scrape by. But hear me today. God has never designed you to live in lack. God said, stop asking for work. Stop begging for opportunities. Your wealth is already prepared. It is waiting for you to receive it. You are not watching this by chance. You are here because your spirit already knows the truth. Your life is about to change. You have been chosen for more than just survival, more than just getting by. You have been chosen for divine overflow. Have you been feeling a shift? Have you felt that something powerful is about to happen in your life? That is not your imagination. It is divine confirmation. God is speaking to you. This is your moment. Do not ignore this message. The door is already open, and all you must do is step through it. What if I told you that the wealth you have been praying for is already yours? That you do not have to chase after it anymore? That your days of striving, struggling, and barely making it are over? God has already set your financial breakthrough in motion. You are moments away from stepping into the abundance you were destined for. But the question is, are you ready to receive it? Chosen one, hear me clearly. What you are about to receive will challenge everything you thought you knew about success, hard work, and wealth. The world has conditioned you to believe that prosperity only comes through endless labor, but God is telling you today, wealth without work is my gift to you. For too long, you have struggled, you have toiled, you have given your all, yet the breakthrough you sought remained just out of reach. But God has seen every effort, every sacrifice, every moment you felt like giving up. And now, He is stepping in. This is not about luck. This is not about chance. This is about divine favor. God's plan for you does not include endless striving. It does not include working yourself into exhaustion just to make ends meet. No. His plan is one of effortless abundance. Look at the birds in the sky. They do not sow or reap, yet the Father provides for them. Look at the lilies in the field. They do not labor or spin, yet they are clothed in splendor. How much more will He provide for you? You were not created to struggle. You were not created to beg for opportunities. You were created to walk in the fullness of God's provision, and the time has come for you to step into it. The wealth that has been held back from you is now being released. The financial struggles that have plagued your life are being erased. God is turning your lack into overflow, your scarcity into more than enough. But here's what you must understand. Wealth is not something you must chase. It is something you must align with. Many people spend their entire lives running after money, exhausting themselves in pursuit of success. But you are different. You are chosen. And because you are chosen, you do not have to chase after wealth. It will come to you. God has already prepared opportunities that will bring supernatural provision into your life. He has already aligned divine connections that will open doors you never even knew existed. All you must do is receive. and that starts with a shift in your mindset. Are you ready to believe that wealth is already yours? Are you ready to accept that you do not have to work yourself into the ground just to survive? Because the moment you do, you will see everything begin to change. Your financial situation is shifting right now. The very foundation of your reality is being rewritten by divine favor. Wealth is on its way to you, and nothing can stop it. For years, you have been told that hard work is the only way to success, that unless you push yourself to exhaustion, you will never have enough, that unless you struggle, you will never succeed. But God never said that. The world created a system designed to keep you in a cycle of endless labor. It taught you to trade your time for survival instead of embracing the inheritance God has already set aside for you. But today, that illusion is breaking. Chosen one, the truth is simple. Your wealth is already prepared. God does not operate by the world's rules. He does not require you to beg, chase, or exhaust yourself for what He has already given you. And yet, so many of His children are stuck in the mindset of struggle. They believe that if they are not working hard, they are not deserving of abundance. But what if I told you that the greatest wealth comes not from labor, but from alignment? When you align with God's plan, wealth flows to you effortlessly. You do not need to chase after opportunities. They will come to you. You do not need to worry about provision. God will provide. You do not need to strive, because God is shifting things in your favor right now. This is the shift that is happening in your life today. God is removing the burden of financial hardship. He is lifting the weight of struggle from your shoulders. The question is, are you ready to receive? You are no longer bound by the world's system. You are no longer trapped in a mindset of lack. You are stepping into divine overflow. The season of struggle is over. The season of supernatural wealth has begun. Chosen one, it is time to walk in your inheritance. Chosen one, listen closely. For too long, you have been trapped in a cycle of struggle, a cycle designed to make you believe that lack is your reality. The world has told you that wealth is reserved for the privileged few. It has told you that success requires endless labor, sacrifice, and hardship. But today, that lie is being exposed, because God has already chosen you for abundance. The spirit of lack is a deception. It is a false belief that has been planted in your mind, convincing you that wealth is always out of reach, that no matter how hard you work, you will never have enough. But let me tell you something powerful. Lack is not of God. God's kingdom operates in overflow, in abundance, in divine provision. Look at the way Jesus fed the 5,000. Did He struggle? Did He worry about not having enough? No. He took what was given, blessed it, and multiplied it effortlessly. This is the supernatural principle of abundance. What you have is already enough. And when you recognize that, when you stop believing in lack, God will multiply your blessings before your very eyes. You must release the belief that struggling is necessary. If you hold on to the idea that you must work yourself to exhaustion to be worthy of success, you will keep yourself in a state of endless striving. But when you accept that wealth is your divine inheritance, you will unlock doors that no man can shut. God is telling you today, I have already prepared a life of abundance for you. Stop chasing. Stop struggling. Stop believing in lack. The world may look at you and see someone who is struggling. They may see someone who has worked for years without seeing the breakthrough. But God sees something different. He sees a chosen vessel, a child of the kingdom, someone who is stepping into the greatest season of prosperity they have ever known. Your financial status is shifting. Your doors are opening. Your divine favor is being activated, because you are no longer bound by the spirit of lack. You are stepping into the supernatural realm of abundance. Are you ready? Are you ready to release the struggle and accept what has already been given to you? Because the moment you do, your entire reality will begin to change. You will see opportunities come out of nowhere. You will witness unexpected financial blessings flow into your life. You will experience wealth without stress, without toil, without begging, because God has already released it. The question is, are you ready to receive? There is a shift happening in the spiritual realm right now. Can you feel it? The wealth of the world is being placed into the hands of the righteous. For generations, the system has kept wealth in the hands of those who misuse it. It has been stored up in places where it does not glorify God. But God is moving, and you are part of this wealth transfer. You do not have to work endlessly for what God has already set aside for you. When the Israelites left Egypt, they didn't have to beg for provision. God commanded the wealth of their captors to be handed over to them. Overnight, they went from slaves to owners. Overnight, their lack was turned into overflow. And now, your overnight miracle is coming. The wealth that has been locked away is being released. The doors that have been shut are swinging wide open. The resources that seemed impossible to reach are flowing directly into your hands. And the most incredible part, you don't have to chase it. You only have to align with it. This is not a season for striving. This is not a season for begging. This is a season for receiving. Many people believe they must work harder to receive their breakthrough. They believe that if they just put in more effort, they will finally see results. But the truth is, it is not your effort that brings the breakthrough. It is your alignment with God's plan. You do not have to force wealth into your life. You do not have to chase after success. God is bringing it to you. Your job is to believe. Your job is to position yourself as a receiver of God's blessing. Are you ready to stop striving and start receiving? Because the moment you let go of control, let go of stress, let go of fear, wealth will begin to chase you down. The world has made wealth seem like a struggle, like something only a few can have. But God says different. God says you are chosen for this. He says that you will walk in abundance, that you will have more than enough, that you will be a lender and not a borrower. And that season begins now. Chosen one, the moment you stop chasing, the moment you stop striving and start believing, everything will shift. Because you are not designed to struggle. You were not created to spend your life worrying about money, scraping by, and feeling unworthy of abundance. That is not the plan God has for you. The enemy wants to keep you in a mindset of lack. He wants you to believe that you must fight for every dollar, that you must beg for opportunities, that you must struggle just to survive. But that is a lie. The truth is, God has already written your success into existence. He has already laid the foundation for wealth, influence, and divine provision in your life. The question is, will you step into it? The moment you say yes to this promise, the moment you stop doubting and start trusting, everything will begin to flow. Money will come to you in unexpected ways. Doors will open without you even knocking. People will approach you with opportunities you never sought out, because God is aligning everything in your favor. He is shifting circumstances, moving people, and preparing a path where your success is not dependent on your labor, but on your faith. This is not just about financial abundance. This is about a complete transformation. Your mindset will shift. Your confidence will grow. Your spirit will rise to new heights. You will move from waiting to receiving, from struggling to thriving, from uncertainty to complete assurance that God's favor is upon you. The world tells you that you must work harder, but God says rest. The world tells you that success is rare, but God says it is your inheritance. The world tells you that wealth is reserved for a few, but God says it is your portion. Which voice will you listen to? Will you continue to chase what has already been given to you, or will you stand in faith and allow it to flow effortlessly into your life? This is your moment. This is your season of supernatural abundance. And God is saying, stop asking for work. The wealth is already yours. Listen closely, chosen one. This is your final confirmation. God has already decided. Your wealth is no longer in question. It is no longer something that might happen. It is already happening. The moment you opened your heart to this truth, your financial destiny shifted. The struggles you once faced are now behind you. The lack that once tormented you is dissolving. The chains of poverty that held you back are breaking, because God's divine favor is covering you right now. You are stepping into the most powerful financial transformation of your life. And when this happens, when you begin to see the blessings overflow, there will be people who won't understand. There will be those who doubt your success. There will be those who question how you went from struggling to thriving overnight. But you will know the truth. It was never about your effort. It was never about your qualifications. It was never about chasing, begging, or struggling. It was always about God's divine plan for your life. And that plan is unfolding right now. So receive this word. Let it take root in your spirit, because your wealth is already set in motion, and nothing can stop what God has ordained. Are you ready? Because everything is about to change. Chosen one, take a deep breath. Do you feel that? That is peace. That is certainty. That is the power of God's promise resting upon you. The moment you let go of fear and embrace your divine inheritance, you will begin to see the miracles unfold before your very eyes. You are no longer waiting for a breakthrough. You are walking in it. You are no longer struggling for money, Daphna. It is flowing to you. You are no longer begging for opportunities. They are chasing after you, because God has spoken over your life, and His word never fails. It is written, the blessing of the Lord makes rich, and He adds no sorrow with it. That is the life you are now stepping into. Wealth without sorrow, prosperity without struggle, favor without limits. Your job now is simple. Believe, receive, walk boldly in faith, because your new life, the life of abundance, peace, and divine overflow, has already begun. If this message has resonated with your spirit, if you feel the shift happening in your life, let me know in the comments. Type, I receive it, to declare this blessing over your life. And if you know someone who needs to hear this message, share it with them. Your breakthrough is here. Your wealth is set in motion, and nothing can stop it. May God bless you as you walk into your divine abundance. Amen.